I'm Michelle Newman, the Psychic Sound Healer, here with the Love Vibe. Today, the guides have asked me to speak about what in the world is going on. What in the world is going on? It is a crazy, wild world out there. Everyone's feeling it. Those of us who live in the United States are feeling the craziness of our politics, the fighting among groups, all the different groups, you name it. We're not just talking about political groups. I'm hearing from clients so much about stuff with their families, with their people that they have called their beloveds, and are now there's like, People want to move out from long-term relationships. What in the world is going on? There are people escaping from their countries, Myanmar, Syria, Latin America, so many places. Everyone wants to get away from something. Everyone is trying to find something else that feels better. Here in the United States, well, we know what's going on right now, and that is everything's coming out of the closet, literally. Everything. The Me Too movement. We can go on and on. The nuclear threat in North Korea, etc. What in the world is going on? And the guides are saying, it's true. Everything does need to come out. The internet is so helpful with all of the human tribe being able to look at their own stuff, all their junk, everything is coming out of the closet so that we can look at it. It is so important that every individual, all their stuff, all your junk, all of your comes out so that you can look at it and face it. Humans have been in denial for way too long. Way too long. Denial is not a river in Egypt. It's time for us to look at our stuff on a personal level, on a group level, and on the human tribe level, the whole human family, the whole planet. It's time for us to look at our stuff. So if you feel like you're going crazy, yeah, and that's okay, because everything's coming out. So it's true. We will feel like it's crazy making. We will feel like, oh my God, not another thing. Not another thing. And when you feel like, another thing, how am I going to handle this? And after a while you start to just say, whatever, I can't deal with it. I don't want to deal with it. I can't face it. Or you get just completely immune to feeling stuff because it's another thing. That's when it's time to sit quietly, to go within, and just listen. Nothing else. We're not saying you have to sit down and meditate, do a specific kind of practice. If you wish, if there's a practice you have, a tool you love, go for it. If you need to do your yoga, your qigong, your transcendental meditation, go for it. If you need to go dance at dance church or some kind of African dancing or something, some ecstatic dance, whatever you need to do it. If you need to go play music, listen to music, do it. If you need to just sit down quietly and stare at a candle, do it. Whatever it is you need, give it to yourself. What we're saying is, find the way to go within and have the calming, quiet centering. Because at this time of humanity, more stuff is going to come out. Everything in the whole human, her story, his story, all of our stories is, get ready, it's all coming out. It is the only way humans can finally shake the dust out of the rugs and put those rugs down and say, look, don't they look clean and beautiful? It's time for humanity to say, let's clean out everything that exists so that our world, our human family, feels clean and beautiful. And that may sound like a dream. You may say, oh, that's never going to happen. Yeah, right. It can happen. It absolutely can happen, and it starts with you. It starts with you. You start the process. You tell other people about the process. They tell others. You keep telling more and more and more. And eventually, like the 100th monkey, even though supposedly that wasn't the truth, or is it the truth? Is that story real? What's real is you've seen it. Things start trending. Things happen. Everyone shares. You share, you share, you share. It becomes reality. Just like you've seen in The Secret, just like the Abraham tapes, the Abraham teachings, just like in What the Bleep, What in the World, whatever the movie is, What the Bleep. There are so many movies out like this. There are so many books out like this. There are so many teachings. It becomes real when you believe it, when you see it, when you believe it, then it happens. When you create it, then it happens. When you know it's the truth. There are enough of us now at this time of humanity who believe that we can create another kind of a world. We can create a different world. So many of you have gone through so many changes. You know it's possible. You are evolving, and as you evolve, humanity evolves. A perfect example would be something like healthy foods. When I was a little girl, I was raised as a vegetarian. My grandmother in the 20s and 30s was seen as a health food nut. She taught my mother. My mother raised me that way. I hated going to school with my rye bread and healthy peanut butter that was ground at the health food store and honey, and everybody else is eating white bread and salami and mayonnaise, and I just knew something was really weird. I did not like being so different. Well, one lifetime, not even a whole lifetime, because I got a lot of life still left in me. Just those short decades. Now everyone is eating that way. And it's come along past rye bread and Adam's peanut butter and honey. There's so many healthy foods, and so many people are eating much healthier. And if you're watching this video, you're probably among the group of people who eat really healthy, and it's still going to keep spreading. It's going to keep spreading, more and more people. That is a perfect example. So let's keep that ball rolling with holding the vision for a new way of humanity to be. For all the fighting to stop, no enemies. It doesn't matter what they believe. It doesn't matter what they believe. No enemies. You may say, well, I disagree with those people. Those people are like this and blah, 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 blah. My dad and I used to fight. We definitely... And my former sister-in-law one time said to me, well, if you didn't fight back with him, he'd have nothing to fight against. I was in my 20s when she said that, and I stopped and I thought, if I didn't... This is after my whole teens and early childhood of fighting with my dad. If I did, and I'm talking, yelling, not physical fighting. And I thought, if I didn't fight back with him, he'd have nothing to fight against. And so I decided next time there was some yelling that I would let him do that, and I would just sit back and just really keep my mouth shut. Really, really. And it just dissipated. It just went away. There was nothing for him to fight against. And that's true with everything. It's true with you and your family. It's true with the people you don't like. It's true with the Republicans. It's true with the Democrats. It's true with that bad person out there who did that. It's true with everything that exists, that if you don't put up the negative anger vibe, or just the whatever it is, the hate, the this, the disappointment, if you don't put that out, the other whatever energy is coming has nothing to push up against, and it just dissipates and nothing happens, and then things are peaceful. Wow. What if we could have a peaceful world? What if? And we could say, oh, well, I can do that, but what about this person? What about the people in Congress? What about the White House? What about blah, 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 blah? What about that country? What about those leaders? Starts with me. It starts with me. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. You get it. It's a continual process of just holding your inner center, no matter what's going on. And when things are really bad, that's the time to most hold your center. When things are the worst that they've ever been, that's the time to hold your inner center. We thank the guides for this message. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so honored to be with you. I'm the psychic sound healer, Michelle Newman, here with the love vibe.